Pressure and the stress, yeah.
Our third pitch of the evening, Mikus Opelts from Giraffe360 seems to like us a lot because this is his second pitch through Prop Tech Den in as good as a week. He's going to tell you about his business, which is having a bit of an issue at the moment, but is Giraffe360, which is about helping real estate turn into a virtual experience. Mikus Opelts.
Thanks. Hey guys, I'm Mikus Opelts, the founder of Giraffe360, and next year we will be raising our Series A. So, in Giraffe, we turn physical property into virtual experience. And having property online has been a thing for a while. But online, not necessarily has meant the same thing over a different period of time. For example, in the 1990s, when Web 1.0 was kind of the environment where we operated, web was mostly a text. Right now, we've been transcending through these layers of growth of web, and now we are entering is this immersive, interactive web that will be better described with virtual reality and augmented reality, but also web itself is going to become more immersive. The key thing to realize is that we're going to jump from just viewing things and actually experience things in digital space. And we have seen this transition in the real estate industry before. Back in 2005 when the photography era started, and in 2007 when the first iPhone was launched and suddenly the internet was overwhelmed with the photographies, real estate companies transition from just having some random information online of actually having most of the properties available with a quality professional photo shoot. And the professional photographer was that transition. He was that main trigger who enabled property to be viewed online. But going further, because of the technology development and growing constant user need of more remote decision, because we are running more out of time and we don't have that much of to spend just to go out and see things. We want to do more decisions remotely. The user is going to demand, and the technology going to enable virtual tours, 2D, 3D floor plans, photographies, and videos will be becoming a new standard for virtual property experience. And the problem, even though photographers were a great benefit and like awesome partners for the real estate industry, it can't continue anymore. Because the technology stack that photographer is using is outdated. It doesn't provide the content like virtual tours, floor plans. You can't do that with a Canon camera. And once you start to pile on that technology stack new solutions like lasers, like most of you probably use them, or you add some sort of a 3D scanning camera, it just becomes too expensive. So, as Samsung, we also have a solution. So, in Giraffe360, we've been developing technology that enables to create a virtual experience in a business model that actually saves real estate companies money working with our technology, and eventually they're going to drive more and more decision making online and make real estate buying and letting more efficient. So this is Giraffe360. It works. It starts with a camera. It's our proprietary technology that we designed. We are building them in our office. They are actually 3D printed and all built by hands, and it's incredibly simple. You just put it in the middle of the room and click one button. Camera automatically captures and scans all the data and creates all the information needed to be distributed to the VR, to the Facebook, to Zoopla, and does that fully automatically with no manual engagement. And besides just having a bigger story, I want you to look on the quality of the visuals that we are able to create automatically. These virtual tours are done by agent, just clicking one button, and it has 217 megapixel of resolution. You can use it in VR, on web, and just like fully immerse into the property. Camera is able to scan accurate floor plans and we can give exact measurements per each room, because the camera works, actually there's laser on top of it, there is Raspberry camera here, there's third camera here. There's actually two cameras and the laser working simultaneously. And photography will still be important in the future, because photography is a great selection. Photography is the way how we select and do our like a first initial research. So we know that you're going to always need still a professional photography. And these photos are done by a real estate agent with no training, just using our camera. So it's pretty okay. So every year, companies in US and UK spend 8.6 billion to do photo shoots. And an average photo shoot costs, in London, it's 80 to 120 pounds. And if you want to add to that service, more immersive, interactive virtual tour, and do more, the cost can go up to 450 pounds. So our business model is built so real estate agencies don't have any obstacles, barriers to enter in this new future. We give out hardware for free. We just subscribe to annual subscription. We charge fixed one-time fee per property capture, and that usually saves our client from 5 to 300 to 80% of their existing cost for the photo shoots they do. Depends on the region and the service provider they're using. We work with all range of customers, starting from small, ending up with enterprise, and we hope to do in 5 years 3 million properties a year, and hopefully generate 300 million in the revenue. So that's it. We've been in business since February. This camera is launched on Feb. We had our first client delivering in February, and we've been constantly sold out. And I want to emphasize that this is not a local issue. We already have received inquiries from 22 countries, and we already service clients in 9 countries right now around Europe. And we see client interest starting from small agencies somewhere in Ireland, ending up with leading industry corporate brands. So whenever we bring up the Giraffe360, everybody asks, how is this different than Matterport? Who thought of that already? Yeah, half of the audience. Matterport is a great 3D scanning camera, and they've been around for a while. And you can compare us because we both have developed some particularly interesting hardware that enable to scan 3D virtual tour. But we are completely different as a company from Matterport because we focus on solving a problem in the real estate industry of delivering all the content needed for the agency to promote, sell, and manage properties. And that includes accurate, approved floor plans. That includes high-quality photographies and even video files to use on Snapchat to generate some more leads. So we believe that in the new immersive web, users will want to do more and more decision-making online, and that existing technology stack is not able to provide us with the solutions that actually support it. So we need a new one. And our offer is Giraffe360 as the solution for the future property presentations. And if we are having 18 extra cameras built in November, so if you want to try one, you can sign up or come to me and just say, I'm going to do a free trial. So thank you, and I'm happy to answer your questions.
Sorry to take the mic, but I saw you last week and I asked you a question, but there wasn't as many people, so I just thought I'd ask you the same question. How much are you looking to raise, firstly, and if I can mention the P word, which is profit, when and will there be, and what's the target, basically?
So we are looking to raise 5 million next year. We will be profitable within 6 months. But that's not our goal. Our goal is to scan 3 million properties a year, and that's what we will be focusing on. So, but we have a profitable business model, and that's profitable since early age stages. We are exiting seed, and we can be profitable since now.
Hi, good day. What's unique about your camera?
Okay.
How do you own the IP to it and the...
Yeah, it's fully built in our office. We actually do all the electronics, printing parts. Of course, we use camera as a mattress and the lens from Sony, and we have a direct partnership with them. But all the other, and we use lasers that are delivered by manufacturers. But everything else is built, how it operates is done by us. Unique. I don't know where to start. Like, it's the first camera that delivers all these contents on a professional quality with no user training. You click a button and you got the result.
So have you protected the copyright on it or the trademarks?
Yeah, so our core protection, because the processing, once the camera scans files, it sends to the cloud. All the processing happens in the cloud, and the cloud is super protected. We don't keep any processing on the device to hold on our IP, and access to our actual algorithms, how we process files, are only 2 people on this planet. So it's behind the closed doors.
Yes, sure.
I'm not a judge, by the way, but I'm a curious guy. I work in digital marketing, and what you were saying about text and photo, video, and AR, VR is uncannily close to one of the things I was saying in one of my talks recently about the evolution of content, which is obviously massive for digital marketing. The big bottleneck often for AR, VR, because they kind of lump together, even though they are obviously not technically the same thing, they're immersive, you know, and
Yeah.
try to get as close as you can for most people, you know, in terms of consumption, because it's an important point. Outside the lab, you know, how do you consume it? So far, it seems you have a 3D capture, and it's emulated on a 2D screen, if I understood right. You don't have the sets, the actual VR sets, right? And it's often a bottleneck from what I see. You know, the content revolution is ready to happen. You know, everyone knows in content, in social media, that VR and AR are the next frontier, more or less. You know, like, but it's the consumption by the actual consumer that's really the bottleneck. Do you have any plans to? It's a nice question. It's not really. It's more like a curious guy. Really, it's not really to to stand out your pitch. Really, I'm just kind of curious. Do you have any plans to distribute some to agents, to some actual sets, to have a fully 3D experience?
Yeah, so great question. With in depth from the content perspective. So we've been around VR something like 9 years. So we've been early pioneers. I started my first business back when I was 20 years old. And we do CGI modeling, photo shoots, drone piloting shoots for real estate developers, real estate company. That's where our kind of interest in this field started. And we always develop these tools as individual high-end, also with touch screens, as a high-end solutions for real estate developers to, when you go into the sales office. But since 2014 and Oculus launch, we understood the VR market will be here soon. So we started to build on a content camera, understanding that the future going to change. But the VR as a consumer market will not arrive within like 5 years. So we want to be ready to provide all the content necessary before the market actually is ready. So that transition is really simple. Because right now there's no VR consumer market. There's only professional market where people like us, we have office with all headsets and we can just game. And then if somebody sends us some content, we can view it. And
5 years, you think?
so so it's 2 to 5 years. We are ready to streamline and provide everything before that. But I think it's important to scale the content to different platforms because you will not be able to generate content for web, for mobile, for VR, for AR. It has to be one technology that delivers content to all these platforms. Otherwise, it just will be too expensive and nobody will use it. So price is important for companies to adapt it. And that price point has to be the same way where the photography cost is right now.
Thanks.
We've got time for one more question.
So do you have any camera where you're planning like a live tour functionality? That's one of the nice things with like, I feel like the picture,
Yeah.
Have you got that in the pipeline?
Love that feature by iSpy. It looks awesome. But we will never do that because we don't believe that in that stage, users ready to interact with the agent. At that stage, we want to interact with him, artificial intelligent machine. Because if you are in digital space, and if we have all the information, we are ready. Let's wait for let's wait 16 months, and let's build a good AI behind it, and not try to push virtual viewing together with just agents sitting in their office. There will always, it's not that difficult to build it together for people to have a live chat through it, but that's definitely not our focus. And if there will be massive requirement, we can just sit down and build it within probably 3-4 months max. But no, we would want to focus on AI and what Sam is talking, when you generate that lead, how he's delivered with offers online, and how he starts to engage with actual machine behind it. And the agent ultimately receives the client once he's ready to pull the trigger.
Thank you, Mikus.